Remember those passbooks we used to have to bring into the bank when we wanted to make a withdrawal or deposit? Well, they are now practically obsolete. Now, instead of having to notate transactions by hand in a passbook, we get email notifications and text messages. No more waiting for a teller to count out bills in the front of us. Now, a machine just spits out the bills. This is the evolution of banking, and we're going to talk about it today. Keep watching. This is You and Your Money.
You and Your Money is brought to you by Scotiabank.
My laptop is so slow. Time for a new one. Ooh, rose gold. Okay, I'll use my Scotiabank credit card to buy the laptop and then pay off the balance with the Select Pay plan. So that's 3 payments of about $400 each. And I don't have to worry about a credit check or a new application. Yeah, that works. All right, Select Pay, let's get my laptop's payment plan set up on my card. Okay, laptop. 3, 6, or 12 months? That was easy. And I still got points for my purchase. I like this bite-sized payment plan. Visit bs.scotiabank.com for more information.
Welcome to You and Your Money, everyone. Joining me today to talk about the evolution of banking is the president of the Clearing Banks Association, Roger Archer. Roger is also the managing director of Scotiabank Bahamas Limited. Welcome to the show, Roger.
Thank you, Ria. Really look forward to today's discussion and advancing this thought around the evolution of banking and how we move forward.
Now, Roger, talk us through some of the moves from the physical passbooks to the debit cards and the mobile apps. When did this shift actually start, and what were some of the challenges the banks in the Bahamas in particular encountered along the way?
So I think this shift has started for over a decade now. If you look at it, customers have been choosing convenience over long lines within the branches. So customers have been challenging us to find ways to bank where it is convenient for them. So over that period, we have started to invest to ensure that we are able to meet the demands of our customers. So as you correctly said earlier, there was a time when you had to write a check in order to make a payment, and that check would take maybe about 5 days to clear it. When the check was written, it had to go to the bank. The merchant took it to the bank. For that bank to send it over to another bank, which would be the clearing bank, for that check to be cleared. At the clearing bank, the bank had to make that decision around pay or not to pay. All of that process has been truncated into debit or credit card. The decision to pay or not to pay is made at the point of sale. So that's truncated that entire experience and is a lot more convenient for customers. You don't have to walk with cash. As you correctly said earlier, you don't have to worry about reconciling your account because your account is reconciled in real time. This has meant that we have saved time for customers, provide greater convenience, and provide a lot of options as well. And the evolution has started, I would say, as I said, maybe the last decade or so. You're seeing customers use point of sale, intelligent deposit machines, mobile app, online banking. There's just a lot more options available for customers right now.
Now, when we think about these options and the level of convenience that clients are able to experience, that then, of course, has a trickling effect. Recently, there's been a number of the local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. Why is this, and what is actually being done to minimize customer impact, especially in the Family Islands?
So if you look at banking globally, there's been a lot of disruption. And it's not just banking, but commerce in general. Even if you look at the mobile app and what the mobile app has been able, the mobile phone, and what the mobile phone has been able to do to commerce in general. The mobile phone has disrupted commerce. So banks, just like any other business, need to find ways to meet customers where they're banking. And customers are no longer just banking in the branches. They're banking, online. They're banking through their mobile app. They're banking, utilizing virtual services. So we have to invest in ways that we create value for our customers. And that means that we have to invest in those digital and electronic solutions. So as an example, Scotiabank, we have invested in the ability for our existing customers to open a second account utilizing our mobile app. That entire process is less than 5 minutes. We are hopeful that by 2023, new to bank customers will be able to start to open accounts online and maybe finish in a branch, or ideally finish that process digitally from the beginning to the end. That's going to enhance the customer experience. That's also going to help our customers in the Family Islands as well, because it's going to provide greater options to Family Island the Family Island public. They'll be able to open accounts from any location that they're in and be able to start transacting immediately. So those are some of the solutions that we're looking at. I think another critical thing to servicing Family Islands as well as we go forward is partnerships. And what you're seeing is that there are a lot of fintechs that are emerging within the Bahamian space. And I think that's an excellent innovation that will help us to partner with some of those fintechs to find ways to serve our Family Islands in a way that is sustainable.
You know, one of the interesting things that you mentioned just now is being able to open that secondary account using your app. That is amazing. And when you think about that, we also could appreciate that many banks actually have, they've reduced their in-branch services by using some of these smart ATMs as well as the online banking. What is the role of the physical branch locations today, and how do you see the role evolving?
As I said earlier, we've invested heavily in being able to do transactions at alternate sources, whether it's at the point of sale, ATM, online. Ideally, as we go forward, the branch network is going to be used to add value to that customer, add value to the customer's financial journey. Right now, if we are focusing only on doing transactions, we're not having that meaningful discussion. We want to have a discussion with customers as they go through their financial journey. So as you purchase your first home, we know that that could be intimidating. Spending time, sitting with you, helping you to plan to save for the deposit so that you have your first home, helping you to ensure that you're insuring that property and that you have a proper saving plan to insure your property. These are the discussions that we want to have with our customers. And as you have your first home, you've gone maybe 10 years, 15 years, how do you plan for retirement? These are the quality conversations we want to have with customers in the branch. So the branch network is going to be used ideally to add value to our customers' lives during that financial journey.
In a digital age, we sometimes forget that the face-to-face interaction is so important for clients to actually have. But talk to us a little bit about how is it that you're going to continue to foster that relationship with the customers, especially when there is the limited face-to-face interaction, as well as when we think about the use of the automated answering phone machines, or as well as the foreign call centers.
If you look at the call centers, as you indicated, one of the things that allows is scale. So that means that we're able to benefit from jurisdictions around the globe to be able to serve our customers. That means for basic transactions, basic queries, we're able to address those very quickly, ideally utilizing the branch network for the more complicated conversations. But you spoke about how do we interact with our customers. And again, the key is data and how we utilize our digital services. Our digital services give us insight into how our customers are utilizing the services. That data allows us to provide unique offers by understanding customers' behaviors. This is something that was a lot more difficult to achieve during previous years. You have thousands and thousands of customers, and it's difficult to understand each one individually through the branch network. But in having the data, looking at that data, analyzing it, we're able to identify how we can help customers and provide unique solutions for each customer based on that data.
If many businesses would actually take that approach and utilize the data that they actually have so that they can make informed decisions, I think we'll have a lot more ideas coming out because of that. Now, with the evolution of banking, of course, there has been the evolution of fraud. It's coming in so many different ways. How has the fraud prevention and detection mechanisms at the banks evolved over the years?
So at Scotiabank, we've invested heavily in fraud prevention. across our digital platforms, across all of our channels. We've invested really heavily. We will continue to do so because fraud continues to evolve. But this is a shared responsibility between banks and their customers. And I strongly encourage customers to take all cautions when managing their financial affairs. So if you look at your debit and credit card, treat those as cash. Never let them leave your sight. You want to treat your debit and credit cards as cash. In addition to that, never share your PIN with anyone because that's your access, your authentication, your digital footprint. You don't want to share that with anyone because that's how you're accessing your funds. Be very cognizant of who you interact with. Be very cognizant on those websites that you go on. That's going to help you to protect your own identity, whether it's a social identity, your social media identity, your digital identity, or even your real identity. Another thing to be very cautious about is links that come from persons that or businesses that you're not familiar with. As an example, saying you've won $1 million, click on this link. You might see another scam where someone says this is this bank, and you have misplaced your PIN, and you need to click on this link to reset your PIN. Those are examples of phishing, and what you want to avoid doing is clicking on those links. Because to the extent that you're clicking on those links and providing your information, you're opening up yourself to fraudulent activity.
That's definitely some great tips in terms of being able to help not just the client, but of course, even from the banking perspective, how is it that we actually approach, or you actually approach, having to minimize the level of risk and the level of fraud that may actually be happening. Roger, we have to take a quick break, but there's a whole lot more to cover when we get back. This is You and Your Money. We'll be right back.
My laptop is so slow. Time for a new one. Ooh, rose gold. Okay, I'll use my Scotiabank credit card to buy the laptop and then pay off the balance with the Select Pay plan. So that's 3 payments of about $400 each. And I don't have to worry about a credit check or a new application. Yeah, that works. All right, Select Pay, let's get my laptop's payment plan set up on my card. Okay, laptop. 3, 6, or 12 months? That was easy. And I still got points for my purchase. I like this bite-sized payment plan. Visit bs.scotiabank.com for more information.
Welcome back to You and Your Money. We're continuing our conversation on the evolution of banking with today's guest, Roger Archer, the president of the Clearing Banks Association and managing director of Scotiabank Bahamas Limited. Now, Roger, tell us, how have banks had to adjust their revenue model with the push towards digital services?
So what I would say is not so much an adjustment of the revenue model as it is ensuring that we provide value to our customers. So what we're looking to do is to provide services that add value to the customers along their financial journey. And in doing so, we want to ensure that the pricing model that we have is one that is not a burden, but also provides the banks, a way to sustainably manage its business.
Value to customers definitely is one of those things that many businesses will have to consider as you look at revenue model, pricing, and structure. Now, the central bank plans to eliminate paper checks within the next 2 years. However, there are still organizations and businesses that prefer to make payments by check. Can you talk about some of the benefits of the alternative payment methods that are now available?
Payment is instant. As I shared earlier, if you have to write a check, that check goes through a clearing process. So the customer writes a check, the check now has to be handed to the person receiving the payment. That person has to take that check to their bank. Their bank now has to send it to the paying bank, who will collect it and make that decision of whether or not to make the payment. That's a protracted period that could take about 5 days. That impacts the liquidity of the banking system. It also impacts the liquidity of the merchant and the liquidity of the retail customer as well. With digital and electronic payments, that payment is made instantly. And there was a period where we had issues of bounce checks, what we would call bounce checks, where payments were rejected. That's a payment decision that is made at the point of sale now. So that actually reduces the risk for the merchant, and it also reduces the risk of the headache for the banking customer, because now they know they either have funds or don't have funds at the point of sale, and they don't have a bank chasing them and they don't have a merchant chasing them. So the entire process becomes a lot more efficient, it reduces risk, and it is more convenient both for the merchant and for the consumer.
Of course, who doesn't want to have that convenience, right?
Exactly.
Many merchants and consumers use digital wallets like PayPal to send and receive payments internationally. But some find it challenging to transfer funds from their PayPal wallet to their Bahamian bank account. Do you have any insight into why PayPal transfers work with some banks and it doesn't work with others?
That's actually a very good question, Ria. I genuinely don't have an answer. I think given the feedback that you've shared is something that I'd like to take back to my team to see if we can find a solution for that problem that you've described.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward, I'm sure the viewers are looking forward to what that response is and being able to find that solution to that problem. Now, how has the rise of the Bahamian fintech firms impacted traditional banking in the Bahamas? And are fintech firms viewed as friends or foes by local banks? Now, as you're giving your response, can you tell us exactly what is fintech?
Fintech, I would say, is a generic term to describe what we call financial technology companies. So these are, quasi or neo financial institutions, near banks almost. So they're doing transactions, but they're doing them electronically and they're doing them digitally, as opposed to a bank which has a physical presence and has what I would consider to be the blend between technology, so digital and electronic solutions, but also a physical solution. So I would say that's the distinction between a fintech and the traditional commercial bank. One of the things that fintechs would have done to the industry is that they've brought good innovation. And innovation is really important as we look forward. And the way that I see fintechs as we go forward is being able to partner with fintechs to help to provide excellent service to our customers. So it's not so much a foe or a friend, but I think it's ways for us to partner to drive innovation, lower the cost of transactions, lower the cost of financing, and provide a better experience for the transacting public.
That partnership opportunity definitely speaks to the fact that the end consumer is definitely at the forefront, because you're looking at ways that you can improve what it is that you're providing and the value that you actually give. So what sort of impact do you think the adoption of the central bank's digital currency, Sand Dollar, will have on the future of banking in the country?
So one of the things about Sand Dollar that I really like is that it is fiat currency. It is backed by the government of the Bahamas. So it's no different from the paper currency that I have in my wallet. Mm-hmm. They're the same. What's in my wallet and what's on the mobile app, they're one and the same. And I think that that's really important, because what that will do over time is reduce the cost of transactions. It will advance the digital economy, and it will make transactions a lot more efficient. It will make commerce a lot more efficient. And it's really good to see that the Bahamas is at the forefront of driving central bank digital currency.
It's good to know that the Sand Dollar, as well as as you said, the money that's in your wallet, it's actually one and the same technically. So Roger, we have to take another break, but once we get back, I want to talk about the awards Scotiabank recently won, as well as the bank's mobile app and new payment system for credit card holders. You're watching You and Your Money. We'll be right back.
My laptop is so slow. Time for a new one. Ooh, rose gold. Okay, I'll use my Scotiabank credit card to buy the laptop and then pay off the balance with the Select Pay plan. So that's 3 payments of about $400 each. And I don't have to worry about a credit check or a new application. Yeah, that works. All right, Select Pay, let's get my laptop's payment plan set up on my card. Okay, laptop. 3, 6, or 12 months? That was easy. And I still got points for my purchase. I like this bite-sized payment plan. Visit bs.scotiabank.com for more information.
Welcome back to You and Your Money. Today's guest, Roger Archer, president of the Clearing Banks Association, is still with us. Roger is also the managing director of Scotiabank Bahamas Limited. We've been talking about the evolution of banking in the Bahamas. Roger, I want to shift gears a bit and talk about Scotiabank specifically. Each year's Global Finance magazine, New York, selects the best financial institutions around the world. This year, the magazine recognized Scotiabank as the Bahamas' best bank. How much did Scotiabank's digital footprint contribute to this recognition?
Thanks, Ria. I really want to recognize my team first. They've done a lot of excellent work over the last couple of years, trying to add value to our customers, helping to transform and provide a better customer experience. We know that this is a journey, but we've done a lot of work and we will continue to work tirelessly to provide a better customer experience. If you look at what we've done digitally over the last 2 to 3 years, we have invested in ways to offer services through our mobile app. So one of the services that we offer through our mobile app would be what we call digital sales, which allows us to offer new loans to existing customers. Another thing that we've done as well is we have a feature called Select Pay for customers who have a credit card. So with that credit card, if you've made a payment of $250 or more, you can extend that payment over 6 to 18 months at a lower interest rate. So it gives customers more options, and all done through our mobile app. In addition to that, existing customers can also open a second account with us utilizing our mobile app. So we've done a lot of innovations through our mobile app, which makes it a lot more user-friendly and provides greater innovation, greater convenience for our customers to be able to do all of their banking in one space. In addition to that, across the entire Bahamas, across our entire footprint, we've replaced all of our ATMs. Most of our ATMs now are intelligent deposit machines or smart machines, which means customers can deposit cash at our machines and same day have value for that cash as well. So we've done a lot to invest to provide a better experience digitally for our customers, which we know translates into convenience and allowing customers to use their time more efficiently and ways that they want to use it, ways that they want to enjoy their time.
Having the smart ABMs across the Bahamas is definitely a plus for those, well, I'm a Scotiabank customer, and it's definitely been a convenient thing for me. So in which ways would you say that Scotiabank's investment in its digital footprint has helped the bank to become more proactive as opposed to reactive when meeting customers' needs?
So thanks for that question, and also thanks for the business as well. So if we look at during COVID, we were able to leverage technology during COVID to help 50% of our loan customer base to go on a deferral program. Customers were able to opt into that program digitally. In the absence of that, it would have been a lot more difficult to put those customers on a program. And it meant that if we didn't have that digital footprint, those customers would have had to come to the branch to opt in. And think about coming into the branch during a period of COVID. That would have been chaos. So we've done work that allows us to get ahead of the curve, find ways to serve customers efficiently, and help customers across the Bahamas in a very truncated way and an efficient way. One of the examples for me that was most telling was, there was a time recently when we were looking at some of the transactions that were being done in the branch. I was shocked to see that our digital platform had 400 transactions in under 4 hours within the day. Wow. And that tells us that customers are really utilizing that platform. 90 to 95% of our transactions are done electronically. So we know that customers are benefiting from the services. We've used data from the transactions that are being done We have used data to understand customers and to help them along that financial journey, whether it's getting a loan, making investments, or even offering them a new credit card so that they can benefit from some of the features that we offer on some of our cards. So, this has been a game changer. It's transformative. We have a lot of work to be done. We get feedback from customers every single day, so we know that there's still work to be done, but we feel that we are on the right path to providing a better client experience and more value for our customers.
You're talking about the efficiencies, and I can't help but to even talk about how in the past, banking customers had to have to wait a couple of weeks in order to receive a debit card when opening a new account. Now, at some banks like Scotiabank, you can actually get a debit card the same day an account is opened. What led to this welcome change?
Again, Ria, is listening to our customers, and is exactly just that, just listening to customers. And we know that customers want to be able to open an account and transact immediately. There was a time when you opened an account and you actually had to wait for checks to come to be able to transact. Now and you had to pay for those checks. Mm-hmm. When you get your debit card, you're able to transact immediately. And we have invested in having machines at each of our branches to print those debit cards so customers can walk away immediately and do transactions. We also have some work to do with regard to our credit cards. There's an opportunity for us to do the same thing with our credit cards that we've done with our debit cards. We are working on that. That's going to take us a little bit more time. But again, I'm hopeful in 2023, maybe 2024, when we issue a new credit card, customers will be able to spend immediately as well. This is part of the transformation. This is how we want to make it easier for customers to do banking and provide greater touch points for our customers, greater access to their money. This is just the evolution of banking. It's really exciting. There's a lot more exciting things to come as we go forward.
I'm sure that the consumers and the viewers can appreciate your transparency and having to make mention of those areas that you're still working towards. Now, of course, Scotiabank was one of the first to offer mobile banking in many countries within the Caribbean. You talked about your mobile app features. Can you share with us what are some of the features that's actually on the horizon?
As I shared with you earlier, and this is not the mobile app per se, but our online banking, new to bank customers. So we will be able, hopefully, I would say, during the course of 2023, new to bank customers will be able to start to open an account online. We'll either finish it in the branch, or in some cases, we'll finish that process end-to-end digitally. So if you're a Bahamian, maybe you're in Exuma, maybe you're in Andros, Eleuthera, you'll be able to open an account digitally and start to transact almost immediately as well. I think in those cases, we'll have to mail the debit card to you, but you'll have immediate access to your funds. So these are some of the things that we're working on. We continue to invest in technology to keep our mobile app safe, to keep our payment platform safe. So these are some of the innovations that we do have on the way as we go into 2023.
That's definitely good to know. Well, Roger, thank you so much for joining me on the show today. And I want to thank Scotiabank for sponsoring today's show. If you haven't already, follow You and Your Money on Facebook and tune in next week for a brand new episode. I'm Ria Christina. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
To learn more about Scotiabank's offerings, visit bs.scotiabank.com.